Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to day 76 of session 4B entitled The Joy of the Spirit. My name is Mikki. I'm coming to you from Towson, Maryland, and it's such a pleasure to have you all with us today. We hope you're all ready and excited to enjoy very peaceful, very joyful meditation, music, and so much more. So yeah, we're excited to have you here with us. And if we could get some slides up just to bring a few quick reminders to everyone's attention. So if you haven't done so already, please get your foot soak tub ready. The first session will involve a foot soak. And if you are new to this meditation, it's very simple. You can join us today as well. You can just fill up a tub of water with lukewarm water, have clean water on the side, and put some salt in the tub, and have a towel ready to dry your feet. This will help all of us get into a deeper state of meditation and hopefully enjoy all that has to offer, all that's there to offer this evening. So we hope you get that ready. And a quick announcement, there is an intermediate Sahaja Yoga seminar happening from November 8th to 9th in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. This will be a full weekend event packed with loads of meditation workshops, including different Sahaja Yoga treatments, music sessions, and people who join the program sharing experiences with both fellow program attendees as well as Sahaja Yoga practitioners, some of which have been practicing for decades now. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity. If you feel that you've gotten to a point where you've meditated a while and you want the chance to go deeper into your Sahaja Yoga journey or your spiritual journey, and you feel that this is the right program for you, please sign up. I can attest to how amazing it was. I actually participated 3 years ago, and it really transformed me into a different person for the better. And so if you have the chance and you feel like this is the time for you to take a next step in your spiritual journey, please consider joining. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And this is Shri Mataji's house. Shri Mataji is the founder of Sahaja Yoga, and there will be the opportunity to do and enjoy programs, perhaps some music and things of the like within the confines of the house. So it was a really joyous experience when I did it, and I'm sure the people hosting will do an amazing job again. So it's very exciting, and we hope you join. So as a reminder, if you are new to Sahaja Yoga and this is your first time, you can always request to meet with a Sahaja Yoga practitioner in a breakout room. There's something called breakout room help in the chat that can direct you to someone who has experience and can help answer your questions. Or if you want to catch up on previous material in this 21 days session or previous sessions, you can do so on a website that has course materials, recordings of past sessions, handouts that teach or kind of guide you through each meditation that we do in each session. So if you're interested, there will be more of that at the end with some details on how to get to that website. In addition, if you want an even more private or personalized, experience of meditating and growing deeper in Sahaja Yoga, you can request to get a mentor. This is a great program that gives you the chance to meet one-on-one with a Sahaja Yoga practitioner who can help you and help answer your questions that you have about your meditation journey and all things related to your spiritual journey. So if you're interested, please feel free to sign up for that in the Zoom chat. So on Tuesday, the topic was practicing Sahaja Yoga every day. I think we have a slide for this one. That's fine. And today we're going to be switching gears to establishing something called the witness state. For people who have been joining the sessions, this is a very important point of emphasis that really helps us get into deeper meditation, where we don't react to situations and we just witness them and kind of enjoy the drama or the play of life as it happens. So it's a very deep and beautiful topic, and we're really excited to have you here with us today, especially. So the agenda for tonight is going to be two meditation sessions, one by our friend Andrei, who will give a short talk about what this topic is about, and we'll go through a foot soak together. And there will be a speech or a talk given by our founder, Shri Mataji, followed by a beautiful music session by Igor, and we will then continue with silent meditation. And towards the end, we'll have time for you to ask questions about your experience today or your experience with Sahaja Yoga in general for the presenter sharing portion of the evening. So with that, I'd like to just call on Igor and Andrei to come on to the screen, and Heidi as well, to introduce themselves. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet everyone, and a pleasure to be on this program again. So we try to experience tonight with exploring the deeper state of meditation with the help of special meditation music. So this is the experience of all of us, and I hope everyone will enjoy it. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Igor. Heidi, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Heidi. I'm way out in Seattle towards the west. We're spread out tonight. And I've been involved with the 21 days for a while with the breakout rooms and mentoring. And it's a wonderful experience to meet people attending the program. It's very interesting and a great learning experience. I love the witness state. It makes everything better. So we can learn a little bit more and experience it.
Beautiful, thank you. And last but not least, Andrei, you want to introduce yourself?
Good evening, friends. Delighted to be here with you all, and we're gonna get going pretty fast. I come to you from the middle of Canada, and we're having some superb Indian summer weather, so we're enjoying it. It's not always the case, but this year is wonderful.
Cool, awesome. Okay, thank you all. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started with our first meditation session. Andrei, take it away. Thanks.
Thank you, Mikki. So friends, let's raise our Kundalini and do the bandha. Slowly and deliberately. We look at our left hand. That's the invitation for the mother energy to go up. And the right invites her to the chakras. And at the top, we ask her to stay up there. So everything has to be with the meaning in it. And the same, the horseshoe, the protection / balancing part. Not too fast, not too slow. Very good. Now, let's do a couple of abundance, clockwise rotations over the foot soak. And ask Mother, please give this foot soak the power to absorb negativity and heat from our subtle system. And have that desire that there's cleansing power in the foot soak. And then we dip right in. And what we call as the witness state is something that has been described as one of the highest possible spiritual achievements. And the reason for that is that it really depends on the entire system being balanced and functioning well. Technically, the witness state is more attached to this chakra, to our throat chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra. And even the name Vishuddhi means perfect purity, absolutely pure. And the element is the ether. So it's kind of the element which bridges the material and the virtual world, if you wish, right? The abstract. And obviously, as such, is untarnishable. That's why it's Vishuddha, is absolutely pure. So we all start, some distance, and we have moments where we can witness things, and moments where it's not that easy to witness things. And this goes for all the things. It's not just unpleasant things. And witnessing does not mean that we do not do whatever it has to be done. And it doesn't mean that we do not express the, right emotions of compassion, of doing, feeling the equal love for everything, and a lot of other things, right? It's all about it happening on a quiet lake, right? So the where the mind is really still. We're not going to get rid of action or the emotions, but those will be the action will be spontaneous and pure, and the emotion will be spontaneous and pure, and they'll be in balance because we will be in the middle. Anyway, it sounds pretty abstract when we do this. So just to say that the witness state is a little abstract. So let's close our eyes. And first of all, desire for it. We should desire the balance and to be able to go beyond all reactions. Very good. So at the level, let's keep the left hand on our lap and the right hand, let it dangle at the side of the chair with the fingers downwards, or if we're sitting on the ground, well, we're not because in the foot soak. Pointed at the Mother Earth. And innocence is key. Innocence and wisdom are this bonded dual blessing of this chakra, of the first chakra of our Muladhara. And they're embodied in the aspect of eternal child. And of course, the state of eternal child is almost a guarantor for the power of witnessing, of not reacting, going along joyfully. So let's ask a couple of times inside. Mother, please completely establish the eternal child within us. And we can also take the mantra for this center, which is essentially saying it in Sanskrit, having the little request in Sanskrit. And the eternal child in Sanskrit is called as Shri Ganesha. So this is how the mantra goes. We'll say it all together. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And to balance our entire left side, entire left channel, let's ask Mother, please free us from our past. Please completely free us from our past. The witnessing can only happen in the pure present, in the absolute present. Very good. Let's put the right hand back on our lap and put the left hand on our liver. So that's the last ribs on the right. This is where most of the power of our attention gets produced. And of course, the issue with the attention in the modern world is that it's all running outside. The most important thing to witness to begin with is ourselves inside. Mother, please help us completely turn our attention inside. Please let it be cooled and purified by the light of the Spirit of the pure self. We can ask that a few times inside. So now let's put the left hand up like this, with the fingers up and palm facing backwards. And this would allow the extra heat of the right side to go to the ether. And here we will ask a couple of times something that's obvious but not that easy. To be a witness, we cannot be the doer. We can either be an actor in the play or a spectator. And I'm talking about a state of mind. So here we have to let go of the doer part. Mother, please completely free us from the illusion of the doer. Very good. Now let's cup the base of our neck and we will take another mantra. So for this center, the power is called as Shri Radha Krishna. And it is a very complex power, but one of the key aspects is this ability to witness. So let's take this mantra first. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother, please awaken the powers of a true yogi within us. Purity, detachment, and the witness state. And please give us the consciousness of being part and parcel of the whole. Very good. Let's put the hand back out, nice and open in our lap. And we will take one last mantra. And this mantra asks for the silence itself. No thoughts. In Sanskrit, that is nirvichara. Nir is now, and vichara is thought. The power of thoughtlessness. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirvichara Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. The pure self is the ocean of knowledge. consciousness and bliss all in one. That is the ultimate in the witness state. Let's hold it there for a minute. Very good. Trying not to disturb that silence. Let's rinse our feet and push the foot sock to the side. And we will watch in this inner silence Shri Mataji's talk and try to let it go straight in.
I remember I was not very old at that time, but we were living in a house very close to the secretariat where they had a strike and they were asking for separate Maharashtra or something. So the police was standing there, and by the order of the chief minister, they were shooting at everyone who was coming. Anyone who passed through that road, they were shooting, they were enjoying a shooting game, all of them. I saw all this and I just couldn't bear it. I just went down and asked the police to stop it. They stopped. You'll be amazed, they stopped. Then I carried those people who were wounded up in my house, took out their bullets and all that, called the ambulance and saved them. But for that, one thing was there, I was in a state of witnessing. So you become fearless. There is no fear at all once you learn how to have the state of witnessing. Because when you are not witnessing, you get disturbed, you get upset, you get excited, you may join also this wrong time of people. But if you are in a state of witnessing, that itself is a power. And that witnessing state helps you to win over so many difficulties of other people. So this is the best way to bring non-violence In violent places, you go and stand steadily there, facing all the things that are happening. And that witness state acts and stops that kind of a violence that is going on. But witness state is not a mental state. It is a state of a spiritual ascent where you become a witness. Best way to practice witness state is not to criticize anyone. Not to criticize. I've seen people who are all the time criticizing others. They cannot criticize themselves, so they start criticizing others. So much so that they don't even see what's wrong with them. They don't even say what wrong they have done to others because they think they have a right to criticize others and they enjoy this criticism very much. Actually, there's nothing to be criticized. You just watch and see for yourself. That's all is your right. You have no right to criticize anyone or anything. But some people think if you do not criticize, then it will go on like this and it will never stop. It's not that. Once you watch the thing yourself, only just watch, your attention itself is enlightened now. With that enlightened attention, you can just watch and stop the nonsense that is there. But we are always conscious that we are something great and we have to do this and we have to do that. Under these circumstances, what happens is that you become another problem. Because what can you do? You can't do anything. But what you can do is to watch. By watching and by just seeing things as they are, you really develop a very different state of being. Firstly, all such people who are just witness, what happens to them is very interesting, that their memory loss is much less. Because whatever they see becomes like a picture to them. Like we can say, they can tell you even the color, the folding, everything. Whatever they see is so much in their mind like a photo, and they can tell you exactly what they have seen. And your memory is not lost. While if you react onto everything, your memory becomes horrible. And people are so much habituated with reacting. Like I know of one gentleman, he had a habit of reacting, and I was going with him in the car. So he was reading every advertisement, every name of every shop, every person, everything. He was just telling who is that, what is that, this, that. I was wondering, look at this gentleman, he's talking so much, what will happen to him? But ultimately I found that all such people who are all the time reacting become, actually they have, I think, senile decay, or maybe they become forgetful, very forgetful. But this is not the only loss we have. With this kind of people, when they are formed into a collective, they can be very dangerous. Because with that kind of a nature, they have to do something. They must do something because after all, they are combined together for a purpose, or we can say for some reactions which all of them have built. In small things, in big things, you'll find people do like that. And some people who are very much developed in this kind of behavior can collect lots of people and do any amount of harm to others. So, this power of witnessing, you all should develop. Try to develop it. That when you are reacting, stop reaction. Stop reaction about everything. You will be amazed. You will find yourself a very, very powerful person in the sense you will have no ambitions. You will have no desires. You will have no special fondness or anything. But just you are witnessing the drama. It's very interesting to witness also. Because then you understand the humor behind everything. You understand the stupidity behind everything. You understand also how people have been so violent, and you just laugh at it. You don't get upset, excited, nothing. Just laugh at it. After some time, you'll be amazed. Your witness state will increase. And when in the collective, all of you have that witness state, you can do wonders without doing anything, without saying anything, without acting. Only your presence itself can work it out. I don't say that it will have effect on everyone, no, can't say. But most of the people, any person who is in that state, he is the one who brings peace, he brings joy. Your value system should be based on such things like love. Where you can get love, you should be attached to that person. Where you get a realized soul, you should be attached to them. And not to worldly people who think no end of themselves and think that they are great. They may be. But to you, as Sahaja Yogis, is the love of people which should be respected, should be understood and to be felt. But if you have no witness state, then you will see how much money this man has got, how many cars he has got, what clothes he is wearing. All these considerations will be there. But in a witness state, you will understand that you will get vibrations from this person. You will understand that person is spiritual. And that's how you will stick to such a person. You will not go for artificial things, but a genuine personalities that are there. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Let us all remain in this silent state. Just meditate in silence for a minute. Absorb the talk of Shri Mataji and stable our attention on our spirit.
We can try to maintain our silence. Just keep our hands, palms facing up on our laps. What we can do, simply take our right hand, bring it to the base of our spine in front of us, and just slowly raise our attention with our hand to the region above our head. And we can do that 3 times. Slowly, but with full intent and sincerity to be in meditation, raise our hands gently. And on the 3rd time, we can just keep our hand steady above our head. And whatever it is that we're feeling on our hands or in the region above our head, let's just try to keep our attention there. Let's keep it just in this region, not on anything on the outside, anything around us, but just above our head. Slowly bring our right hand back down and just try to keep our attention right in that spot. If we feel we're having difficulty observing our thoughts, we can just try to be a witness to them. Watch them pass by, but not react to them. Any thoughts, any mental ideas, anything that describes the outside world is not truly who we are. We are the spirit. This is the only truth we need. And so if any thoughts come, we can just witness them. See them pass by. To help this further, we can maybe take our right hand and just give some rotations around our forehead, our Ajna chakra. And as we do this, we can simply say with full sincerity, I forgive myself, I forgive everyone around me, and I forgive any of the thoughts that might come to my mind. I forgive everyone and everything, including myself. I am not these thoughts. I am not this body. I am the pure spirit. We can then take our right hand back to our lap and go into silent meditation again. Try to observe our state. See if we're able to witness ourselves better and just be in silence. And lastly, we can just press on the top of our head with our right palm. We press down and gently massage it in a clockwise direction, and humbly ask Mother Kundalini energy within us, Mother Kundalini, please allow this state of meditation and witnessing to be maintained both during and after this meditation. Mother Kundalini, please allow me to be a true witness without any reactions and with just a pure joy of seeing and witnessing the beautiful play of everything all around me. We can raise our right hand above our head a few inches. See what we're feeling, if there's any warmth, if there's any cool breeze. We can try the same with our left hand. We can place both our hands on our lap. And before we finish meditation, we can just, from the bottom of our hearts, with sincerity, thank and give gratitude to the Mother Kundalini energy within us for allowing us to experience the state of witnessing and a state of peace that comes not from the outside, but from within us. With that, we can close today's meditation by giving ourselves a bandhan like we did in the beginning. So again, slowly raise our left hand while giving clockwise rotations with our right hand. Tie a knot, each time doing so with sincerity and intent. And on the third, we tie 3 knots. And then to protect our 7 chakras, 7 rainbows, so that concludes tonight's meditation session. We hope that you all had a good time and felt the wonderful joy of this witness state with all of us. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed it. And with that, we'll move on to just a few announcements that we have to share with you. So again, like I mentioned in the beginning, there is an intermediate Sahaja Yoga seminar happening in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, on the weekend of November 8th to 9th. It is a whole weekend event, so you get to spend a full weekend with Sahaja Yoga practitioners, fellow Sahaja Yoga people who are interested in Sahaja Yoga like yourselves and who have meditated for some time. So if you feel like you've meditated for a while enough and this is the time now where you want to feel a need to go deeper into your meditations and kind of take a next step, I would say this is a great opportunity for that. It's a $125 registration fee, which includes food and stay for the entire weekend. Newark is the closest airport. These are some details that I didn't specifically say at the beginning, but it's all on the screen. And if you have any questions about this event, you can always ask anyone in the chat who has an SY in their name or breakout room, for example. And this is again Shri Mataji's house, which some of the programs will take place in. And from my experience, it was a really magical place. And an amazing time to share both meditation, music, and so much more with all the people who are at this meditation center. So please, if you feel like this is the time for you to go deeper into your spiritual journey, then please sign up. It'll be a wonderful time. So looking a bit ahead, on Sunday, September 28th, it'll be day 77 of this 4B session. And the topic is developing patience, something I think that is needed for everyone. No matter who you are, patience is very important in dealing with day-to-day life. And so this session will kind of allow us to correlate the development of this virtue of patience with continued practice of Sahaja Yoga meditation, and how we can develop this skill and this virtue within us by meditating. So we hope you join us then, and we look forward to seeing you. So again, just as a reminder, this is session 4B, and the course schedule is as follows. It's on every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and this is running from September 18th to October 14th. In addition to this program, there are also collective foot soaks and meditations that you can join on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is available and happens at 8:45 p.m. New York time, and it's at the same Zoom link that you're in right now. So please feel free to do that if you feel that you want to. There are various program resources that are available to all of you. You can again request a mentor if you want to get a more tailored Sahaja Yoga experience one-on-one with a Sahaja Yoga practitioner. There's a form in the Zoom chat you can fill out. There's also a WhatsApp group where there are daily spiritual messages and course reminders for things like this course and others. And there's also the recordings, handouts, and session links for previous sessions of this 21-day program that you can find at that link, or you can scan the QR code at the bottom right of the screen. So now we'll move on to the presenter sharing portion of this evening. So there are different ways you can ask questions. You can write to breakout room help to meet with a Sahaja Yoga teacher in a smaller environment or more private environment, or you can write to chat Q&A, or you can write to me directly, and I can try my best to relay the questions to both Heidi and Andrei. So with that, I'd love to call Heidi and Andrei back to center stage, and we can kind of talk about our experience with today's meditation and the witness state. Hello, everyone. So let's see what questions we have. Let's see. Here's a good one. What does being in the witness state mean to you? Andrei, do you want to start us off?
Well, I think when we start, witness state wasn't the first thing that that came to my mind when I started Sahaja Yoga many years back. But certainly you expected that because it's baked in the mental silence, right, in thoughtlessness. So you kind of eat the whipped cream with the rest of the cake, sort of stuff. It's and you feel good, and eventually you'll learn that there is a specific that this is a specific power, right, that we sort of develop, but it was probably a number of years before I sort of thought more specifically about this. Just simply being silent and at peace was, and balance, right? You start to feel the chakras, and you're like, oh my God, the liver is hot. This is, and as those get a little bit more aligned, you're there more without thinking that where the there is the witness state until quite a bit further down the alley, right? And so this has been my little experience, and then you start to think more about it, which is not always a good thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a vicious circle where you get to it, and then you're so happy that you're there, but then you lose it because you start thinking. So yeah. It's funny. That's a very similar experience for me as well. Heidi, what does the witness state mean to you?
Well, I feel like the witness state makes everything better, and I feel like knowing that is really helpful. I have found that sometimes people are there and they don't realize it. I remember I was talking to a young woman recently who really was very new to Sahaja Yoga, only kind of knew the raising the Kundalini, taking a bandhan. And she said to me, you know, it's very strange. I do this before I get in the car. And I used to have road rage and panic attacks, and I couldn't go places. And it's like gone. I just feel like I'm in the car and I feel safe. You know, so to a certain degree, sometimes we don't realize that we're in the witness state. We just feel better. Um, I think sometimes now it's rather spontaneous, and sometimes now it's very deliberate, which signals to me that if I'm feeling tense or I feel like another person or a situation is annoying, then I'm like, I need to be in the witness state here. And it's amazing because I say, what's my goal? You know, and my goal is to put more love into the situation. Tension doesn't fix anything. And of course, then I give bandhans and work on myself. But it's amazing that sometimes you don't even feel like you're full in the witness state, but just enough, that intention, your attention here, you just see things change for the better. So I have to admit, sometimes I have to be reminded. But it's really enjoyable, and sometimes it doesn't have to be so complicated. I'm just big on this because it seems to help people.
Right, and it seems to help them without them even trying. I've heard similar stories from other people who said it just takes them into a different place that's in the present, but not reacting. It sounds very simple, but it's really subtle at the same time. Like you were saying earlier, Andrei, the Vishuddhi chakra can be complex. If you put too much thought into it, it's almost impossible to understand. But when it's really from sincerity of wanting to be a witness and establishing that quality of the Vishuddhi, then it works out more or less spontaneously, like you guys were saying. Yeah, great. I hope that answered your question. So let's see what other questions we have. This is a good one. What suggestions do you have that might help others get more established in being in the witness state? Andrei, do you have any suggestions for people in the audience?
Well, the Vishuddhi chakra is also kind of responsible of us truly becoming aware of ourselves, right? Where we're at, and what's our goals, as Hadi said, and we to have full awareness of it, and I think the first object of witnessing is ourselves to begin with, our own little subtle system, and learn to look at it without trying to without trying to see anything special. Just look at it, record how it is, apply what we know with a desire for it to get more balanced, to get better. And I think this part is very important, right? It will help everything, but somehow for me, because I have this, somewhat extreme kind of job, and uh, um, looking after sick tiny babies, right? So you have to be able to have them, kind of in your heart, but also have the distance to be able to think clearly of what are we doing here, right? So and I find that I from many years back, just trying to be good to myself, right? To do the meditation, to do the foot soak, just to be reasonably in balance, and all of that, right? And that allow for that gentle mix to happen in practice. And now we're talking about the real life, right? Outside the us sitting like that, right? That there's the witnessing like this, and then there's the witnessing when we all go about our day, right? We still have to go to work and interact with people and so on, right? So those are different moments. But being, trying to apply the little bit of the yogi discipline, and having the system a little bit clean and a little bit balanced, That was really a big deal. And the other part of, one of the things that helped me was when I sort of realized that somehow I made the connection that this is also the chakra, the same chakra is responsible for the witnessing, or together with other chakras, but it seems to be a bit more concentrated there. That is the chakra of the collectivity, right? Of that wide awareness of the fact that we are one of many, and the one and the many all make one, kind of thing. And just meditating on that, it just seemed to help me somehow. I can't even explain it in this, some sort of logical chain, but reflecting on that, it allowed me to sort of say, well, there's no point in reacting, because basically we're all part of the same thing. It's like, kind of, it just helps stop reactions. Sorry, that was long.
No, that's great. I think what you mentioned is a really easy way to get into more of a witness state where we realize not only are we ourselves, but part of this entire universe, and everything is connected to everything else. And when you realize that you're part of something that's so beautiful and grand, you're able to be humble and realize that the problem that you're facing at work, it might be a real problem, but it's one that you can face because you're placed here for a reason, and you have this opportunity to experience this witness state by doing so. And just, I think humility is a very good thing to have in order to establish this state within you. Heidi, do you have any suggestions that have helped you throughout the years?
Well, just to be a little practical is whenever I feel something is annoying me, or something is difficult, or another person is annoying, I go, why do I need to be annoyed? Like people do things. So then I have to say, what? A little bit introspection, like, what's your goal here, as I said before? And are you a Sahaja Yogi? You want to infuse love into the situation? So if you can separate that, I feel like separating your feeling that this person is annoying, is your feeling. Like, let them, for some reason, I feel like sometimes it's very hard to separate your perception, the situation from your feeling. And your feeling is the reaction. So the idea is to identify what is a reaction. And so many people say, well, it's normal if someone's yelling that you're going to be upset. But actually, when you separate that, you also feel like you bring your attention up. You're almost above the situation, and then you don't actually have to be upset. It's that person, And I think in Andrei's case, I understand, because I did work in healthcare. The sadness, the difficulty, doesn't have to pull you down. So I feel like the trick is separating and being able to see that, yes, I'm having a reaction. And then once you see that, you can change. Your goal is to bring love into the situation and work on your reaction center.
Right. Wonderful. Yes. Thank you so
Do you
much.
have any special trick, Mikki?
For me, I think it's really what I mentioned earlier. For me, like you guys, I was in the field, or I am in the field of science. So as someone who is in that field, it's easy to get lost in mental activity and to think too much about things and try to find the logic in everything, because that's the way that STEM is really taught to individuals. But over time, I realized that connecting this spiritual journey with my journey in science really helped me, and especially establishing what I mentioned earlier, which is the humility, which I think is really important in being a part of such a huge cosmic play, and knowing that I may be just one human being on one planet, but it's still significant, and it's still something that happened in and of itself is already a miracle in my eyes. So seeing that really helps me to just remember these problems aren't something that are worth my reactions even, because there are things that are much more important, like putting love into situations, like Heidi said, and just spreading love to others and not reacting, because I think by not reacting and being a witness, we also give our best selves. When we react, we just get into maybe either the right side or the left side. Maybe we get lethargic or we get too angry and we lose the precious center of being in the present. So I think the humility of being a part of something so grand and part and parcel of the whole, like the Vishuddhi Chakra embodies, has really helped me. And it doesn't have to be that. I think doesn't have to be in STEM, it can be in anything, because to me, everything has a connection to everything else. I kind of look at it that way. So if there's something else for you that you find passionate, that you find that you have passion for, then that could be that same driving force for this humility for you as well. But for me, it's that. So I think just remembering that, yes, our problems are real, but I don't think we were assigned, or I don't think we face problems that we're not able to handle. So I think witnessing is the best solution to that, and being humble as well. Great, thank you. Cool. Let's see if there's any other questions. The chat. Let's see. We close with this one. How have you been able to improve your ability to be in the witness state over the years that you've been practicing Sahaja Yoga? Please share some experiences you've had about this. Just in the interest of time, maybe we can just share one experience or one key way, like a practical way, like Heidi was mentioning, to kind of establish this witness state. And not just, I guess, for people who are listening, I think it'd be very useful to figure out a way to not just have it when we're sitting in meditation, but throughout the day, developing that skill. Andrei, you want to give it a shot?
Well, I mean, so sort of on a relationship level, I have worked in several working environments where there was some conflict, and essentially I got used to know that I thought I was doing okay, in these different working environments. Somehow people felt that they could come and either confide or in me or complain to me about the other parties. So they would all come to me and complain. And sometimes they would, complain as in waiting for me to sort of take some attitude and say something, take their side and all of this. And the way I ended up kind of gauging where I'm at is that if all the parties kind of complain to about the same extent, and they also complain that I am not taking their side, or that I'm taking the other side while I'm doing nothing at all, means I'm doing okay. So you essentially have to just sit there, take it, smile, carry on, right? And I mean, I'm not sure that I would have been able to do that, some many years back, but with time, I'm almost like surprised that they can come and say whatever, right? And sometimes they're fairly vocal, right? And then telling that, oh, you never do, you always whatever, right? Like you sign, and then it all kind of, washes out and life carries on. And it's like nothing ever happened, right? And you're like, wow, amazing. So that's fun facts of life.
Right. Wonderful. Heidi, do you want to share something regarding this?
Well, I too, regarding how to make it happen more often, or, improve it, I'd say there's two things. One is just notice when it does happen, because sometimes you just spontaneous. I mean, a lot of times it's very spontaneous, you know, and then you just appreciate it and say, wow, you know, like that's so beautiful. And but being alert to know that it's there and noticing it. And then the other thing is I feel like when I do have a reaction, it's really important and very helpful to not identify with it or feel bad about yourself. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm just jealous or I'm competitive. Oh my, you know, I'm being a, you know, then I'm just saying, you know, competitiveness is here, jealousy is here, you know, I'm just going to work on that chakra and not identify with it and not, it's such a wonderful thing where it shifts instead of expecting ourselves to be this ultimate being. We appreciate the fact that we're growing in a beautiful way. And I feel like that's a big help to me anyways to let go of things that I do see, you know, still. And I feel like sometimes, you know, as I said, it's very spontaneous and joyful and surprising. And sometimes it's, you know, I'm like, oh, got to work on that one. And it's miraculous that it improves.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I guess I'll give one example, an interesting example. So, in my spare time, I enjoy sports, especially basketball. Sometimes sports can get a little competitive between people who want to win a game. And so, when you're playing and maybe you foul somebody hard and they take it the wrong way and they start reacting, and you don't know where it's coming from, because then you start reacting because you want to win the game, and it all gets kind of heated. And I remember this one time, instead of, well, I did react initially, but after a minute or two of thinking about it, I instead approached him, the person I was playing against, with a little bit more, I'd say, softness or just genuine curiosity. Like, why are you upset? What did I do? And that kind of brought the temperature down. And in addition to having people not be angry at the situation anymore, his temperature got so, you know, mellowed out that we were actually able to win the game. So it actually does help in the end. Maybe one team was meant to win, one team wasn't. But at the end of the day, it's just a game. And you realize that work or sports or anything that you do in day-to-day life, it's all something that it all can be enjoyed. It doesn't have to be something that reactions control you over, because it's all part of this play that we should try our best to witness, I feel, in my opinion. And when we do, we enjoy things much better. I enjoyed playing that game much better than I would have if I got angry, and especially if we lost, because then you have even more reactions. So I think even in the heat of the moment, if you're able to catch yourself, like Heidi was saying, and just remember that at the end of the day, this is all for fun, and it's all for everybody to be happy. There's no need to react, and everything kind of works out spontaneously. Cool. And with that, I think it's a good place for us to conclude tonight's program. Thank you, Heidi, and thank you, Andrei, for joining me. And thank you, Igor, for a beautiful musical presentation. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed this meditation session, and we hope to see you again on Sunday for the next session. If you want to stick around, you can always join a breakout room where other Sahaja Yoga practitioners can help answer your questions and kind of talk about whatever it is you want to talk about regarding your spiritual experience or otherwise. So thank you so much for joining, and we hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Thanks, everyone.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.